All right, thanks for remaining with us. It's time to take a look at the headlines this morning. And joining us is the leadership and communication strategist, Dotun Ojon. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How was the weekend?
Fantastic. Only that I was sad when I heard the news that the pig that predicted that Nigeria was going to get to semi-final has been slaughtered. I didn't know where or how.
Nigerians were not patient. Nigerians were not patient after the loss to
And it's not like the pig disappointed us.
No, we are just in a haste.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I'm still, basking in the euphoria of that Nigeria victory. 2-1. Ahmed Musa, you go. Okay, let's begin. Yes, 2-0. 2-0, actually. What was I thinking? All right, the Punch this morning is our first paper. 86 killed as herdsmen attack 11 in Plateau villages. 6 injured, 50 houses burned. Plateau places 3 LGAs under curfew. Okay, so the killing has returned to Plateau State, 86, and the numbers are conflicting, while some are already saying that about 120 people died from that.
I would like to believe the number given by the locals, which actually speculated to be around 200, and it's believable. You can relate with the number from experiences we've had over time that once an incident like this happens, government will always want to be conservative with number and all that. So it's a sad thing, and we kept talking about this thing. Unfortunately, because we are reactive people and we have produced reactive kind of leadership, oftentimes we come to talk about it. Herdsmen issue is not new. It's not a 2015 or a post-2015 thing. It has always been there. I would like to remind you that even, was it year 2014, on the Global Terrorism Index, it featured as the fourth deadliest group. And at that point in time, we weren't concerned because we were only concerned about the next election, which was 2015.
We are still concerned at this point.
No, it's growing worse. It's growing worse. You know, this is my fear with leadership in Nigeria. Once we have a bigger issue, we leave the smaller ones and allow the smaller ones to
fester
grow,
and become
to fester
something
and
else.
That's the problem. At that point in time, we were only concerned about Boko Haram, and everybody was looking at the direction of Boko Haram, and we weren't concerned about the number of people.
But
that
how
were being
troubling is it
slaughtered.
really that this is even coming at a time when it looks like government has finally found a way forward with the ranches in 10 states, 10 pilot schemes in the 10 states, and then you have this.
You are actually surprising me because you are the first person that I will hear that will tell me that government has been trying to. The ranching issue is not a solution. It's not a permanent solution as it is today. The permanent solution is for the government to declare and declare very firmly too that cattle rearing is a private business and every one person must invest in it. Not that you'll be waiting for the government to come and invest in ranches for you. No nation in the world can take cattle or cow, can take cow as a precious animal like India. They worship cow. They call it their mother. And even when you get to India today, you discover that private individuals are the ones taking care, not the government. So because of the failure of government over time and because of the bottleneck in the bureaucratic structure of government, even when government wants to do it, it's going to take time.
Yeah, but some analysts will tell you, like, look, this is the only way to go because this is a clear and present danger. And a drastic situation requires drastic measures, even if we have to cede some ground from any part of the country. But let's move on. Because there's still other stories we need to explore this morning. PDP elements hindering APC progressive agenda, says Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
PDP element, that's not true. That's not true because if you look at the majority of the Congress's head, those that actually cause trouble, real trouble in the real sense of it, were not members of
Well, he's talking about the elements within the government
That is what I'm saying.
MDAs,
those that cause, majority of those people that cause trouble in their congresses were not original members. Many of them were not original members. Let's cite Lagos as an example. Those people that caused problem in APC in Lagos, were they original members of PDP? No, they were original members of ACN, or what do they call them? So the problem of APC, except if we do not want to go past this level, there's no doubt about the fact that
what Tinubu has said is why we seem not to be able to deliver on our progressive agenda is because of this PDP elements within the system.
Don't let us package the
government to work.
Don't let us package the statement. On this one, Asiwaju is not right. On this particular one, don't let us package the statement.
So let's call it politicking.
It is politicking. Okay. The problem of APC is beyond people from PDP. There's a structural problem that is not a product of whether somebody came from PDP or ABGA. Until they sit down and know that now we do not have MPDP, we do not have PDP, now we do not have ACN. And how do we want to arrive at that point? Until you continue to see APC as one political family. Unfortunately, we are not seeing it. I'm only hopeful that the new leadership of APC
we're moving on because we're actually going to be talking about that much later on the show. Stamp out injustice, Saraki Dogara tell Oshomole. APC releases list of elected National Working Committee members. And 70 billion naira ranches not solely for Fulani herdsmen, says federal government. Family disrupts Lagos funeral, one son buried in Edo. ISIS threat. Police deploy AIG to head airport command.
And we go to the next paper, which is The Nation. A major story here is Oshiomhole, no losers with 2 riders. Ex-Edo governor takes oath as APC chairman. Tinubu to Buhari ignore Obasanjo. So the APC finally got to the bridge and crossed it.
Yes,
successfully,
yes. And I am really very happy for the party. I am really happy because whatever affects APC affects me. Because whatever affects the party affects their government, whatever affects the party's government affects me as an individual.
Nigerians in general, since it's the ruling party at this time.
Yes, yeah. So I'm so happy. So when it comes to expectation, I am expecting that Oshiomhole will be able to bring the game-changing formula that will unite the party. The major challenge now is unity. But when it comes to experience, I am afraid he will not be able to do it.
How?
This is it. Check from 1999.
Former Labour leader, ex-governor.
Now, when you want to unite people, you will not. There are so many things you will not do when it comes to leadership. The difference between being a Labour leader and being a party chairman at this point with this critical assignment is that a Labour leader talks anyhow. Now you're a party chairman, you want to unite anybody.
Or being a consensus candidate.
Forget about consensus. Forget about consensus. You will not tell me that the word consensus was consensus in the real sense of it. And it cannot be in any political party. But we're happy that majority has carried the vote. That's what I'm happy. But I was talking about experience before that question came. If you look at from 1999, you discover that the downfall of every major political party, we may want to use PDP and any other, is traceable to the former governors. Traceable to former. Anytime a former governor sits as the chairman of a political party, go check history. Go check history.
Is it a function of their being former governors or the fact that they have been executives in their, coming from where they're coming from? They will not take orders from anybody.
Yes,
orders.
As a governor, you are a CEO of a state, and you have an experience, you have this executive mindset is there.
Okay.
Maybe that's one of the reasons, but history has not supported the fact that a former governor would be able to build any political
that doesn't
party.
mean that it cannot succeed.
Of course, that's
the beauty of history. It can be altered at any time.
It can do that, and I so believe, and I'm hopeful.
All right, let's move on now. Tough margins for banks. Eagles to share 362.6 million naira has been money rain for the Super Eagles since they won
dollar rate,
currency rate.
Yes.
Really.
Until we get to a point where everybody will accept that money is not the mission, then issues like this will continue to come up. I don't have any problem if you work hard, like they say it in my local dialect, when you work hard, you're supposed to enjoy. That is understandable. But at every point in time, I don't want us to, because the problem Nigeria has now as we speak is money problem. The government thinks that they need more money for more projects. Unfortunately, when they get more money, they don't get to do anything. And because nobody will respect you in the society except you have something. Everybody
are you saying the Super Eagles should not be financially rewarded at this time?
I am not saying they should not be financially rewarded. Okay. I'm just telling us as a nation that we need to be very careful when we attach the almighty importance to money, and we think that money answers all.
Okay,
things.
so that handshake from Obasanjo in the past was a good one then, was good enough.
You see, it may not be good enough, but I am afraid that we are laying too much emphasis on money.
So how do you motivate a team that is facing a crucial match to qualify for the second round, if not?
And making Nigeria look good.
And did you notice how united Nigerians were after that victory, even during the first goal? No, it wasn't about their tribes or their religions. They hugged, they chanted together, they celebrated together.
I am not saying it is wrong for us to actually give them anything. That's not what I'm
You're saying
I am just don't lay emphasis because patriotism is what makes a policeman, despite the fact that he earns 20,000, wants to sacrifice his life for his country. So there's a need for us to lay emphasis on patriotism.
IS threat: police deploy AIG in Lagos airport. Two Babawons youths. Ekiti can be great under Fayemi. Fayoshe campaigns for Olushola. APC petitions police. So that's the stories.
Okay, to the Daily Sun. 2019 APC battle ready. New chair Shomole takes oath of office, vows to lead party to victory. Buhari, Osinbajo, Tinubu, Kalu, Lord party executives. We've already talked about that. IPOB or Haneze, youths want Abaribe released. Pan-Igbo group cautions FG on budgetary allocation to Southeast projects. Okay, this arrest of Abaribe by the DSS on alleged gun running and links to IPOB, of course. I wonder what you think about it.
The only, at this point in time, I think before you make such an arrest, you should be ready. Though I'm expecting that today is Monday, that maybe they will take him to court this morning. We should not unnecessarily put people behind bars when it is not constitutional.
And make it look like it's a witch hunt.
Yes, because one of the promises of the government, even I remember that Femi Falana, SAN, actually raised it during the June 12th celebration that, come on, we need to continue to respect the right of our citizens, either we like it or not. It's fundamental human right, and we need to continue to respect. Absolutely. So I will be expecting DSS to actually take him to court this morning. But if that does not happen, then we'll take it from there.
All right.
But they have the right to investigate anybody. They have the right to arrest anybody. Because either we like it or not, the truth is that an average politician has link with thugs, either in the name of IPOB, in the name of anything. And those people who do not have direct links to them have people who have links to them, either we like it or not.
Okay, you said it all. Nasarawa monarch cedes Steve farmlands to herders as governor approves 7 grazing reserves for ranching. Of course, states like Nasarawa have already ceded some ground for ranching. While, of course, Ebonyi has said, no, there's no land for ranching in our state. Ondo monarch's wife and driver kidnapped. FG, Switzerland signed pact on asset repatriation. Hire experts to search for more looted funds. Yes,
I think before we come to the pages of newspaper and celebrate whatever part we have with some of these foreign countries, we need to be very sure. Because study Switzerland, for example. You discover that they are not, when it comes to natural resources, they do not have anything. Many of these countries depend on the monies that some of the crazy
like
leaders steal, and and why do they take money to Switzerland? Have you bothered to ask yourself? It's because of trust. It's because of trust. They know that once your money is there, nobody is going to play. Nobody is going to
Switzerland and other offshore countries.
Yes. Can we build such a trust in Nigeria, starting with the Nigerian banks? That should be the question. Because either we like it or not, even some of these stolen funds, if they had been invested in Nigeria, either we like it or not, there will be some positive effect on it. We will not have the number of unemployed youth that we have on the street today.
Maybe someone needs to educate politically exposed persons and people who have access to the national till that when you steal money or when you divert funds and you take it to foreign countries, when because it's a given. It's almost, unfortunately, don't quote me, that you are actually enriching those economies. You're improving those economies at the expense of your country. Which hospital will your children's children go to? Which schools will they attend? And what or what not? Where are the roads? For every naira, every dollar that you take out of the country, it comes at a huge cost.
Until we have a leader who is actually willing to die for the country, because it takes a lot. And one of the rules that we have to make as a people is that if you're a teacher, for example, go look at the majority of private school attendants. You discover that those who teach in private school, in public school, take their wards and their kids to private schools because they do not believe in the system they run. Our politicians, when they are sick, they run abroad. Why? Because they do not believe in the system they govern. So until we get to a point at individual level, if you're a teacher and you teach in St. James's primary school and you have a child of that age, let your child attend that school. If you're a politician, you preside over a nation or a state like Lagos.
Dotun, I always give the example of
from the top, you know, leadership by example.
Yes,
Do we have that example at the top?
There was a time in this country when the carpenter's child will attend the same school as a minister's child. Unfortunately. Okay, let's move on very quickly.
All right, so we go to the New Telegraph now. And the major story here is still the sad incident that occurred in Plateau State. Herdsmen on the rampage kill 110, burn 50 houses in Plateau, 120 injured, 50 missing. Government imposes curfew in 3 local government areas. Governor abandons APC convention, returns to state, of course, expectedly.
Let them continue to campaign now. Because, I don't know whether people are seeing it the way I'm seeing it. At the end of the day, killings are happening everywhere. Who will now vote for us in this 2019 if we do not sort out these issues of killing? Who will vote for us?
When you say who will vote for us, what do you mean?
I'm referring to them. I'm referring to them.
I feel you. Okay.
All right. Yeah, there's this story here that the New Telegraph broke. Said 2 years ago, New Telegraph exclusively reported plot to install Oshiomhole as APC chair, and there is a caption of their paper at that time in 2016, purporting that plan. And
you know, it has always been there. In fact, you don't need any political prophecy to have known that after I left office, Mr. President told him that, if you remember, that you'll be needed at the top, you understand? And many of us actually knew that people like Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, people like him and a few others were not really happy with the way things were going on in APC at that point in time. We were only looking at, okay, which direction were they facing? And it got to a point that it became clearer that they were actually looking towards Edo State. If you match that with the words of the president, you could tell.
Absolutely. Now, Tinubu, nobody can stop Buhari in 2019, says Obasanjo is a busybody. Oshiomhole, we will accommodate MPDP. Cherry news to the MPDP.
Yes, they have to, because if either you like it or not, if you pull out the NPDP, you will have pulled out a great chunk of the party. Because as we speak now, the leadership of the...
All right, you know what? We're going to be talking about that, so let's just leave it. Okay, the Vanguard is our last paper this morning. 120 killed. Houses burned in fresh Plateau bloodbath. Benin generator fumes disaster. Confusion over how to tell a man that his wife and 5 children are dead. Recall this actually happened last week, where a family actually put their generator in the kitchen.
Very sad.
Very sad, truly sad.
You know why that happened?
Yeah.
You know why that happened? They put it, it's a number of combination of many tragedies. Number one, if we had a stable, reasonable power supply, that would have been averted. Number two, if we are secure, there's no reason why anybody would put generator in the kitchen, if not because
they felt they could wake up in the morning and their generator would be gone if they had left it outside. So these are some of these tragedies that we can avoid as a people. God will help us.
Amen.
Truly, you can say that again. How call from wanted militia landed ex-governor Suswam in DSS custody? Yes, he is still very much in custody right now. Drug abuse rampant among military and paramilitary agencies, says NDLEA.
Yes, it's true. If you look at it really, even from the offer robbery, you discover that many of the criminal acts in Nigeria today can be directly or indirectly traceable to people in uniform. Because of this. Get to our street here now. Count the number of people that will take BRT Discovered that
All right, Dr. Because of time, we'll have to go on a short break now. Thank you very much for the analysis, but we will keep you, of course. We need to go on a short break. When we return, we'll be looking at it.